In this game, the only way you can win is by cheating. And I know, cheating is usually a bad thing. But this game takes a step backwards and actually forces you to cheat in order to win. This is Aimbot Arena. Released just over a month ago, this game has quite a bit to offer in terms of weapons. There's 21 weapons that can be unlocked through simply playing the game, and a few that can be bought using Robux. But enough of me explaining it, it's time to get into it. Oh, it is just aimbot. That's confusing. I kind of understand it. Okay. Oh, wow, you can actually just long range. Oh my god, you could just long range. Hi there. Oh my god. This is crazy. What? It does not matter how far you are, as long as they're in your line of sight, in like that big circle, you can just... Oh, so there is like a slight hitbox thing where obviously the objects will block it, which is fine. I'm okay with that. If anything, that does make it a little bit easier to remain alive. Some of these. I don't need no aimbot. I'm already a god. See you. I see you.
I'm already a god.
I did unlock the next weapon, so I might go for that in a minute here. After using the M16 for a bit and finally unlocking the carbine rifle, I kind of regret swapping in my first couple shots of using it. This was surprisingly apparent throughout most of the weapons that I had unlocked and started using. Okay. Oh, this gun is not good. Yeah, I'll hold on. Let me try and keep using it, but I'm not a big fan initially. I am gonna try and use it a little bit longer. No, I don't like that at all. That's not good. I'm sorry, that might be the first weapon that I hate. Once I had swapped back to the M16 and actually unlocked a gun worth trying out, it's time to try out the Uzi. And even though it looks small, it packs quite a punch and was definitely improvement over the carbine. Let's try this. Get the Uzi now. Just see how many we can unlock, sort of, and see which ones are the best. Okay, what's the range on this bad boy? Recoil initially is not amazing. The speed is incredible. It does a little less damage. It does like 0.5 less, but I think the fire rate makes up for it in a slight way. Yeah, the fire rate kind of makes up for it, but again, it becomes the issue of if their head's like kind of behind an object, I can't fully hit it, but that's good because then it's not just spawn in and just get fired on immediately. I do wish the maps were a little bit bigger. I think some larger maps would definitely benefit. The other issue that I'm slightly having, I know that it's new. There's no ending to this specific map. It's all just this map. But I think where it stands right now, it is pretty good. It's smooth to a point. The aimbot mechanic is really fun. It's just so cool how whenever they're just in that circle, like I can just... I guess it just kind of shows you the benefits and downsides to aimbot. Like, I'm trying to shoot this guy. He's not coming out of the corner. And meanwhile... Oh my god, why is everybody hiding? After painfully using the Uzi and unlocking the Tommy gun, it's time to see what that one's all about. Surely a weapon with a larger magazine and a higher caliber will do more damage than an Uzi, right? Oh, why are they not labeled correctly? Oh, I just realized. Why is this one 25 and then 75 and then 15? And then that one's 40. Oh. I don't like that. I don't like how it's not labeled. The recoil's good. I think the recoil is definitely better, and it's easier to sort of maintain target. Oh, definitely easier to maintain target. Holy. That guy is not dying for some reason. Guys, he's cheating. Oh, the time to kill on that one's so long. Like, it shoots good at range, which I like. I think it's definitely got that going for it. The damage is a little bit, unfortunately, bad, but... I think, honestly, if we're comparing it to the base weapon that you get when you start the game, I think I'd rather take the M16. I want to try and get a streak if I can. Like, I know I've gotten, like, the shield a couple times, but... The best I had was an 8. I believe it was like an 8. And should we go now? Yep, got it. This. You go. Oh, I had an 8. I was back up to where I was. Well, at least it had better recoil, but losing a whole 3 damage per shot is quite a lot in comparison, especially when you need something that's both fast firing and high damaging in order to win any sort of fights. Combined with the slightly slower fire rate, I can't see why someone would choose this over the M16 or any of the other weapons that I had used while playing. The next weapon on the list is the MP5, probably the best comparison to the M16 out of all the other ones I've used so far. MP5 time. Okay, first things first, damage output. Holy 14.5 for damage output. The time to kill goes up quite drastically when you add an extra, what, 2.5 points of damage. And even though that the fire rate is just a tad bit slower, it's still faster than what the M16 had. Oh, I had the one. Can't see what weapon they're holding. I don't know if the game tells you what weapon they're holding. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like he's got a... Oh, stop defaulting. I'm shooting at somebody already. Why would it swap? Or does it just like focus the closest person to my crosshair? Because if that's the case, then that makes a bit more sense, but it's still kind of rough. You stole my kill. Being out in the open sucks, dude. Like, everybody can just rain hailfire on you. Oh, come on. What are you hiding for? You have aimbot. Please, I just want to get a nuke so badly. My 10. $14. I need one more. Oh, 15, I got a nuke. Let's go. Woo! I don't care if I died. I got the nuke. That's all I cared about. After getting a nuke with the MP5 and unlocking the Snake Keeper, the Snake Upper, I don't know. All I know is that it's a sniper, and it took me a second to realize how to activate the aimbot on this damn thing. Oh, it does 75, but there's no real aimbot to it. Oh, you have... I forgot. I read in the description, you have to scope in to get aimbot on these. I get it. I get it. That makes sense. That makes sense. You know, you got to aim in with the aim in weapon. Oh. It just still stays scoped in. I mean, honestly, it does a ton of damage. You can get a kill in 2 bullets, which is good. I think it works, but you need a higher up angle, or you need like a building angle or something. I mean, if you're a little bit more careful, you can definitely get easier kills on people up there. At a longer range, I certainly see its uses, but there's not enough long range spots for it to be viable enough to want to have, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I can shoot across the map really easily, which is nice, mind you. Like, it's not a bad thing to have this kind of range, but when you have so many people in one lobby, you can't really get that sort of freedom to sit in one spot and be perfectly fine and safe from harm. You know, like, it's not bad by any means. You need so much range in order to actually effectively get kills. It's not my favorite. On a bigger map, absolutely, I think this would be incredible. Honestly, after using so many different weapons that varied in fire rates and damages, the M16 is probably the best weapon to keep using until you unlock the laser weapons. It's got the best balance of recoil, damage, and fire rate, and I had a really smooth and consistent time using it. At its core, this game is an incredibly fun and new concept that you don't get to see very often in Roblox when it comes to FPS games. Recently, there's been quite a few new concepts like Rear Gun Game, where they take the core of a regular FPS game and change it to make it something completely unseen before. However, no game is without its flaws. If this game just had 2 more maps on a rotation basis, I would easily give it a 10. But with the singular map that has some pretty weird spawn mechanics, you essentially can't use a sniper unless you hide on the mountaintop and try shooting people there. But it won't matter since there's 2 to 3 other spawn points on said mountain, and it's very easy for someone to spawn and kill you there. The map in itself is really cool and gives off a classic Roblox vibe, as goes for the rest of the game in general. I just wish that there was even one more map to change things up from time to time. I like the idea of unlocking more weapons to keep players interested, but as I mentioned earlier, it's hard to use a newer weapon when the base M16 does more damage than most of the weapons on the list. Overall, this game was a refreshing break from the other basic FPS games I've been playing. It was a new concept and I could barely stop playing. If I had the time, I would have kept playing for at least another 3 hours during that recording. If you want to try it out for yourself, I'll leave the link to the game in the description below so you can give it a try. Consider becoming a member by hitting the join button down below to gain access to numerous perks, as well as a spot in the end member credits at the end of every single one of my videos. Thanks again to you for watching. I've been Miko, and I will catch you in the next video.